19th, I think it's a Saturday, 2026, here in the Alabama hills along the California South BDR. Right. But yeah, we're just at right near that Nightmare Rock area, and we found a little nook here kind of late last night, about an hour before sunset, and went on a little hike and took a bunch of pictures. And yeah, we're officially in the desert, man. I'm wearing my jersey today, and no jacket, no long merino underwear. Those are all getting stowed, I think, and like probably long-term storage for a while till we hit some mountains in Mexico. Okay, this is our left apparently. We gotta get this back in order. Yeah, I dropped my bike going into just parking at the campsite last night. Flopped it over into a sagebrush, but it was a mellow one. What does this say? Horseshoe Road off of Whitney Portal. So this is what we're starting our day with. It might just be an asphalt run. Cool, man. Woohoo! We're pumped. Yeah, you too. Alright, we're just cutting south through Lone Pine after. Anyways, we're heading down this way. We're gonna get into Death Valley area. At least like skirt the northern, probably fringe of it. Cerro Gordo, hopefully, mine and Ghost Town, and then take the back whatever to connect back to the regular route, and then run up Lippincott Pass, which I think is going to be the real challenge of the day. Left on 136, I think they called it. Now, there's a visitor center of some sort. What does that all say? Stovepipe Wells 77. Okay. Yeah, we're not even going that far today. Furnace Creek. We're gonna end up in that like heart of Death Valley tomorrow after camping out by Ubahibi tonight. That's the plan. 136 now. We did a little side Dolomite loop. It was just like an asphalt extension. Anyways, looking at this little saline situation here. Headed towards Death Valley. We're approaching our left-hand turn to head up to Cerro Gordo. Yeah, it feels good to not be cold and all Michelin manned up. And we're starting to see lizards and grasshoppers instead of like chipmunks and whatever, skeeters. Little twisty portion about halfway up from 136 going up to Cerro Gordo. It just it's kind of a straight climb with some corrugations, and then you get into this little tighter little sitch. Which might be getting on the pigs situation. We'll see. Pretty cool. I like these little enclosing canyons. I do a lot better standing up in those tight turns. Looks like we're catching up to somebody. I wonder if they'll let me by. We'll find out. Forerunner kind of all gussied up. Fucking yeah, man. Rock on. Thanks, brother. Sweet. Yeah, that dude had a nice rig. Wow, look at these little thistle flower things. Kind of add a little pop to the zone. Damn, this is really neat. Dark, jagged rocks compared to those Alabama hills we were just in. Alright. Sweetness. Let's take it easy here. Sweet, man. This is real neat. It's all about pinching that tank so you don't put all that frickin' pull and manipulation into the handlebars. Okay, this is it. Oh, but those are side chutes. I see what's going on here. We're going up this way. Neat. Holy crap. Now we get a little glimpse of the Sierras over there. Wow. It's quite cool here, huh? Right, just stand with the salt flat down there. Oh, there's a little snake. Ah, I got him. I think I ran over his little tail. Sorry, partner. Look at that little yucca / Joshua tree, whatever you want to call it. That's the first one of those I've seen. Neat. On the way to Cerro Gordo. I think we can keep charging that. Yeah, we're actually becoming quite the fan of this gravel traction control mode on this bike. I did not mess with it at all before, but I really do think it helps me control a lot better. It just kind of rounds out my imperfections a little bit. Look at all these flowers. I think that's that lupine, but I don't know actually. Look at all this. Okay, now we're in like Yucca Central, man. Cool. Oh, that's a neat little grove of those things. Look at them. They're everywhere. Holy smoke. Let's pay attention to the track, eh? Look at this little Sideshow Bob. Dude right there. That's Sideshow Bob, man. This is quite the exposure. Holy crap. That and this is just a normal little extension up here, so you can't come up and down this, I guess. Which, I don't know, we're gonna investigate the back way down. It is considered like the red track, which I guess might be like an expert only. So we'll see. This is quite a deal. Wow, look at that, man, that's nuts. Here we are, approaching the old Cerro Gordo. Cool, there we are. Parking. Let me get Here we are, checking out this little Cerro Gordo museum kind of situation. Bunch of cool mining stuff. Look at those little trinkets. Squibs mints. Got some obsidian arrowhead stuff. Little razor, old school razor. Weird little doll. Let's get a close up of that little freak. Yeah. Wally Wilson. Wow, look at this beauty. Inyo Living. Woman tackles project to restore Cerro Gordo ghost town. Cool. We're going to continue down the back way. I was informed it should be pretty approachable. So visit. It's a little windy up here, so I'm not going to fly the drone. And yeah, I was told this back way down is doable by bike. A 4Runner came up it earlier today. Wow, look at that. But yeah, it is supposed to be a little more challenging. We might just engine brake down in first gear a lot of this, because this is pretty steep and the exposure's something. Nothing to bat your eyes at. Neat. Look at this old frickin' masonry. That was it had a arch in there. Must have been some kind of furnace, stove, kiln thing, mabob. Had to goof that. Wow. Yeah, this is serious, man. Joshua tree things, I don't know. I really like them. Yeah, we're still just kind of engine braking our way down this loose, kind of rutted run. Either way, just gotta kind of beep out through this. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay. Whew. I got a little hectic. That last mile or so was like really loose gravel. Just a whole river creek bed of loose gravel, it seemed. It's firmed up now, which is nice. Yeah, I got a little swimmy as like a little balancing act going at slow speeds, because you don't want to get moving too fast in the big girl, but you also, yeah, when you go slower, it's just riding that fine line, you know. But yeah, doing a lot of teetering the bike, counterbalancing with your body weight. Oh, here we go. This is going to be our little view, I think. Uh-oh. This looks a little gnarly. Sweet doggy, we got through. Hold her steady. Yeah, TBT suspension, baby. Definitely helping, man. There's been a number of scenarios I've gotten myself into where it's just like, oh my god, that's gonna ruin me, and then because of the suspension, it's actually like, yeah, pretty controlled. So huge, man. It's probably saved me from a couple downs already on this trip. And yeah, I can't really thank Jason from TBT enough, and I guess Calamity Gene and the Travis guy who owns TBT Racing, for kind of getting the word out. It's kind of interesting, you know. I just discovered that on YouTube, and yeah, it's like, it was the best thing for me to do, because those Andriani cartridges, you can get like forks, basically. You like replace the forks, I think, altogether, or maybe it's just cartridges and all that, like the innards you just slip out, but I don't know. Either way, those are like $1,000 just for the forks. And yeah, so I kind of did a nice like real world poor man approach, you know, because I'm not like sponsored, I don't get paid, and this is just a hobby that kind of deal I'm on, a kick. It's actually kind of going with the flow a little better, isn't it? But I gotta watch it, because if we get in that steep pitch, I don't want to get moving too fast. Because it's all fine and dandy when it's smooth and you can think and see. Then you start getting all the little space invaders coming at you, and it's like, oh hell, things are getting technical now. Cool, we're not lost. Yeah, it's like another track here. Interesting. Okay, we're going up now for a little bit, which we love. We can get the air going. Old Marge. Whew, buddy, that was quite a descent, I gotta say. That's definitely you gotta like just counterbalance with your body to keep shit in control, moving at slow speeds, going down those steep loose grades, and you know, just over time it wears on you. It's not necessarily like extreme riding or anything, but it kind of is. It's extreme terrain is what it is, and this is a big heavy load to be manipulating through there. But anyways, we made it, man. We're getting our skills honed mile by mile. Wow, what a nutty track, man. Sweet. Crazy landscape here. We got a little bit of a climb, step up rock. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Look at that. That's a glorious little fella. So neat, man. I love these yucca trees. They're just so foreign to me. Really, like, yeah, foreign, alien, whatever the word is. Different. Just stimulating to see that kind of life form. Shed fire. Ooh. Oh, low torque. Yeah, baby. Low end torque. Our buddy. The 800DE, man. Fucking awesome bike, man. I really love it. More and more. More and more and more. We've hurt each other a couple times in our relationship, but we're in it for the long haul, I think. Yeah, we really are. Cue I don't know, one of those real awesome love songs. No, something like that. Not Forever Young, but it's a cool little glimpse into that whole realm. Man, we are out here, brethren. I like this part of the track. I mean, yeah, I just like going up better than going down with the big loaded monster. It just feels, you really are like dancing up on the pegs with your weight back. It's like you're just kind of like letting the beast lead the way, and you're basically piggybacking the Marge, you know. Marge is like taking control, kind of. I'm just kind of slightly guiding and like keeping my weight, you know, as I'm almost like a pillion, like a passenger on that situation. So anyways, going uphill, you definitely feel like you're the pilot again, 100%. You're not just like letting the bike dictate everything. Wowzers. Oh my god. It's so funny, just bouncing around, taking pings, and then you just have that fucking thought. You're like, dude, I'm out here going nuts on an adventure. Bilbo on an adventure. Yeah. Either way, I've got like more vitamins and better rest than I've had in previous days, so that's good, because this is a pretty demanding day we're taking on. And yeah, it's probably honestly made the difference for me being able to keep it together on this track. You don't necessarily want to be hitting these things if you're not feeling on board. Sweet. So yeah, we're still running this back way out of, or in, depending on your way. I'm doing this north to south, California BDR south. So anyways, I came from Lone Pine, got up to Cerro Gordo through the yellow extension track, and then dropped the red one. And it's a pretty steep, loose, gravelly, kind of gnarly four-wheel drive rutted track down for like the first third of it, I'd say, or quarter maybe. And then you take a pretty sharp right and start kind of climbing up over this saddle, and we're kind of like just going through this little through route through these little mountains here. Suckers say entering Death Valley National Park, driving off roads prohibited. No problem, dude. I mean, this road's enough adventure for me, man. Look at that. Wow. I love those little yucca trees, man. Look how like bright they are in that landscape, and they're just so cool. They're plentiful. It's like a little fucking festival of beings. Yeah, man, they're having a little party out here, man. They're partying. They're alive. They're like, Death Valley my ass, brother. Oh, this is a nice track right here. Sweet. Oh yeah, we're opened up. So I suffered a bunch of cold, and you know, and got denied access to a lot of, like, all of the North California BDR. But the flip side is, now that I'm here in Death Valley, it's like 70 degrees, 12:30 just afternoon, and yeah, it's, you know, fucking super pleasurable, man. So now I'm getting the reward of facing the earlier challenges of my trip up north. It was kind of the same deal. Actually, I don't know, last year, man, I just was in the cold and wet for so long, and then mosquitoes. It was brutal. I'm hoping this will be a whole different adventure, that's all. But yeah, so far it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed this trip. And these latest tracks, this California BDR is pretty serious, man. It offers you the whole gambit. What is the word there? The whole gambit? Yeah, I think that's the word. Just the whole spectrum of types of track: loose gravel, sand, rock, corrugation, steep climbs, all that good shit. These trees are magnificent. I love them. I've never really spent time around them in just doing this particular trip. Man, look at that. Ooh, watch out for these embedded monsters. Yeah, I'm running that like relatively firm air pressure. I feel like it is a sweet spot, but in that loose stuff, it probably would pay to drop down in like 20 region and even lower maybe, but I've never ventured that far low in my PSI ranges. I just keep it around 25, 28, and I just don't want to get a pinch flat. I'd much rather deal with some deflections and work on my skills of controlling the bike, I think. At least that's what I... Yeah, this track got real fun. Probably really mob down here, but I'm by myself in the middle of nowhere. I can't have any mishaps. I'll be in a world of hurt. Wow, this is so neat, man. I love these trees. Wow, we're in it, huh? This is a complete little valley of these units. So I thought before we were at the main congregation, but I think this is where the leaders of the community are having their freaking meetings, man. How neat. How freaking special. It's Bilbo's birthday, by the way. That's pretty cool, man. This is probably the neatest thing I've done for a birthday in a really long time. Actually, last year I was on the PA Wilds having a really good time. Yeah, I remember sleeping on like Jones Mountain or something like that, and had a really fun day riding around there. So I guess 2 years in a row I've done really well. I think the previous decade I was like working, or, you know, just crawling in a hole. So we ain't in a freaking hole right now, man. We're in like paradise. So neat. So neat. This is blowing my mind. Death Valley. Glad I got... Oh, snake. Grass snake. It's just pure green. Saw him coming. I didn't run him over. I think I caught the tail of a little guy earlier. One completely evaded me earlier this morning, so that was good. But yeah, I did get... I nipped that one boy's tail a little bit. Alright, let's get up over here. It's always sketchy getting across those centers, man. You got to get your weight back and throttle on. Don't get fucking crossed up. That's why you catch me riding the left side a lot. I just just not worth wrecking over. Damn. How about that for a campsite, eh? Alright, 12:44 in the PM. Shit. Okay. That happened. That's funny. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pull over and check. Damn, did I blow out my shock too? That doesn't look good. What is that? I cut a line or something. Shit, y'all. This ain't good. What is this? My brake fluid? That doesn't look right, eh? It's my shock. Oh my god, my whole fucking preload thing's gone. Holy shit, it broke this HRT. Let me down, man. Oh no, there's no going back for that. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to do some research on. Yeah, I just turned you on. Crazy. Well, we found out we snapped the little Moscow Moto thing. It just cut on that deal right here. This one's probably gonna go, but I've got two of these Titan strap voile things, so we replaced that. But we discovered our HRT, our Hessler racing team remote thing just fucking went to shit. I wonder if this hit actually. Anyways, fuck, this is turning into something. April 19th, Saturday, here in Death Valley. Just did our pretty long descent. We left Lone Pine this morning, went up the yellow extension track to Cerro Gordo mine in Ghost Town, and then we took the back way down and popped out here and hit this main track of the BDR. But I stopped to do like a little once over, you know, a little check, and this strap ripped right from there, just cut from that. So luckily we have a strap for that, no biggie, no big deal. But this ain't cool. I discovered my remote for my rear shock used to be mounted right here. I'm thinking this luggage, after that went, this maybe took a hit and snapped it, you know, and then it must have gotten chewed up in my tire because it's gone. But I ended up just, let's see, yeah, basically just here it is. Yeah, I zip tied it, closed over itself, and just tucked it up here. I don't know what the repercussions or consequences of that being gone are. We obviously lost some oil, which is not cool. We might have lost some like nitrogen in that mix, I don't know. But we still got our spring functional. It might be a little, yeah, like I don't think that's right. The fact that that's rocking like that, yeah, that is weird. So anyway, and hope that we're gonna be all good. I mean, there's still like shit going on, so even this and like corrugation ain't gonna be too good for my situation. But I guess it is what it is. It feels pretty normal. I mean, I didn't even notice, but then again, I'm not the most keen. Okay, that's just some kind of cow shit. Anyways, we're gonna be mindful and just kind of chug along and stay on the main track and get through Death Valley in somewhat one piece. This is horrible timing for this suspension thing to be happening. I am happy that I caught it when I did and cinched it shut, so the system's now closed off. It's not leaking any further, shouldn't be, and like the pressure should hold. What pressure is it in there, if any? It might have just all been released, but it honestly feels like it's riding okay. I can't really, yeah, maybe, I can't really, I don't know, I can't really tell if it's worsened or what. This is a corrugated fucking road though, that sucks. I'll stop worrying about it. We're just gonna cruise, man. We're in Death Valley Park, I guess, National Park, or whatever it is, but Yeah, we're running Saline Valley Road right now. It's so rough. A lot of embedded rocks. I don't feel confident going fast. And it's got these little patches of sandy soft sections, but they're like little jokes, you know. But they do sneak up on you, and then they'll just last for like 100 feet. But yeah, like here's a little bit of it. Here's some more. But yeah, we got some wind swept out of our sails with that remote to our rear shock being MIA and snapped off. We're not too concerned about the strap bullshit, but yeah, we don't like our shock being kind of depleted of its oil pressure and no longer having the remote. And even that I don't mind, like, because I'm always riding loaded, so it's like whatever, we'll keep the preload where it's at. I don't need to make any adjustments. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end up having to get it worked on. There's some sandy shit. You know, get it re-pressurized, packed, oiled, and I'll have to probably purchase. Hopefully they've got just like an aftermarket preload remote that I can get, not like, oh, sorry, you're gonna have to get a whole new shock, you know, that kind of bullshit. So anyways, party on. Where the hell are we, huh?